Right, we're at Redstate. We're at Redstate with Dave Weigel of the Washington Post, who covers conservatism. Dave, what do you think of Redstate so far today?
I've had a series of, I'd say, pretty pessimistic hallway conversations. This is a place where people would be extremely excited. And that's one thing I've been asking: how excited would you have been if this was a Ted Cruz as presidential nominee conference or a Rubio as a nominee conference? This is a kind of morose place with uncertainty about what's going to happen in November, and even more uncertainty about what will happen after. But they're like smart people who know what they're doing. That's why they're morose.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that, because I literally just interviewed a woman who's at her first Redstate and asked her about the situation, and she said, I don't have a candidate this time, which is, I mean, as a person who I ended up endorsing Trump myself after supporting Cruz in the primaries, it's got to be a tough thing for Republicans to be thinking about along these lines.
No, I think I'm not sure if liberals appreciate it, because I think a lot of liberals and progressives think, they see Ben Howe on TV or they see Leon, they think everyone they think is right wing probably is a Trump person, and they're really not. It's excruciating if you know. I don't think the election would have been a slam dunk for Rubio over Clinton. I think it would have won, but it would have been tough. But if you know that it was winnable and now it's not winnable, even if you leave the policy aside, it's just an excruciating place to be. You're looking at giving up, at the very least, you're giving away the Scalia seat to a liberal, and every day you wake up and write your writing and do your activism, and you know that you're giving away the Scalia seat because of the way the primary turned out.
One of the things that confuses me a lot about this, and I talked to you about this earlier off camera, is how much animosity that I've seen, at least online, between people who have gotten along so well in the past. I mean, this is an election. It's an important election, but it's not the last election that there's ever going to be. And I think this is something that's really a concern here.
I think it's just because of what I was saying a second ago. There is a sense that 15 million or 14 million Trump voters broke it and don't understand that they broke it. Steve Bates, who I was talking to earlier, compared them to kind of Grateful Dead fans, who, as far as they can tell, think Casey Jones and Truckin' are the most popular songs of all time. Everyone they know loves the Grateful Dead. They're in the big room. They don't get what they did. So I think it's anger colored by the sense that the people who screwed up don't get that they screwed up. That's the fury. Now, some of that fury also is a very moral and emotional fury about racist elements brought into the party, or people who were racist maybe vote Republican you don't want to think about it. No one here, no one I've seen here, I should specify, but no one who reads Redstate would disagree. There are alt-right elements, racist elements who always were on the fringes making fun of Romney or something, and now they feel like they have the candidate, and that anger, I think, is very understandable. If you feel like people that are bad for humanity are running your party.
Now, of course, your beat is conservatives and conservatism. Yeah. Have you seen much about discord on the left side? I know we had a lot of interesting things going on in the Hillary convention.
Well, this campaign I've tried to do for 50-50 and cover the left, in part because I thought there was a lot of the Republicans divide over Trump coverage obscured how divided Democrats were over policy and then over Sanders. They've healed a lot better, and I think the reason is, frankly, the Democratic Party is much more transactional than Republicans. It's only going to get more so because Democrats at this point are white liberals, white suburbanites, black people, Hispanics, basically minorities, plus et cetera. And Hillary Clinton, by moving left on domestic policies, has convinced all but, I don't know, 10.
All right, we're back with Dave Weigel. After my camera died, you were explaining about the Democrats and unity versus the Republicans, and how they've healed a little bit better but still have some division.
Well, the Democratic Party is just in a transactional, what can this lever of government do for me, what can that lever of government do for me? That's what the way the party is now. Abortion rights activists, Black Lives Matter activists, and people who are not really activists but have their issues. And so it was fairly easy for Hillary Clinton to make enough promises on those issues to win over people. I think even today, I know liberals, smart people who follow politics, don't cover it, praising Clinton because one of her advisors said she would deschedule marijuana and things like that. She can make promises to the left that people believe, even if half the country doesn't believe her, they do. Whereas, so as divisive as it was with Bernie Sanders and that fight, it was mostly about policy. It was a fraction about who she was, whether she can be trusted. It was mostly about policy, and she can answer on policy. The problem with Trump is that, one, he disagrees fundamentally with a lot of conservatives. Go talk to people from the Koch Institute here about trade. He disagrees with them on that. The other is that he just doesn't seem trustworthy on some of the fundamental existential issues like judges. And just there's no way that Hillary is that bad. Hillary's saying immediately, I'm going to try to repeal Citizens United, right? Which is what every Bernie voter wanted. And there's nothing Trump can do that's the equivalent to that with Republicans.
And if people want to find out more about your writing and see your work, where should they go?
You should go to WashingtonPost.com. I have a personal website, DaveWeigel.com, but that's going to turn into more about my music book than anything else.
All right, Dave Weigel, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.